Okay, guys, today I'm going to teach you how to post on rotoden.com, on the actual site. So the first thing you're going to do when posting is you're going to go to rotoden.com /WP-admin right here. You're going to press enter, and you're going to go to the login page. Once you're on the login page, you got to sign in. This is just a sample account to show you, but you're going to obviously sign in with your username and password for Rotoden. You're going to log in. So you're initially going to be redirected to the back end of the site right here, but basically you can't go straight to posting. What you have to do first, because of security reasons told us by our developer, basically go to rotoden.com / up here, submitted. This only takes a couple of seconds. So you basically just go to that page and you just fill this out. The only thing you really have to fill out is a post title. Let's say you want to do an article about LeBron. LeBron is still the best player. Let's say that's your post title. So you're going to do is you're going to do your article. You're just going to write whatever in the content, just random, few lines. You know, maybe just fill out that. I'm sorry about this, but our developer told us that we have to do this for security reasons, so we're just following his advice. So once you press submit, so once you press submit and you've submitted that, now you go back to the back end. So remember, first you have to go to rotoden.com / submitted. So you could find how to initially post your article. Then what you're going to do is you're going to go to posts. You're going to find your article. So if your article was called LeBron is still the best player, I shortened my screen so it's messed up. Like it's messed up over here, but it's going to come up as the first or second one. It's going to come up as the latest post. So I'm sorry about that, but you're basically going to click on LeBron is still the best player, and this is where you actually edit your article. So what you're going to do is you're going to you have your title already, so you're going to write your actual content of the article. You could choose the font. If you want to add a heading, you could. If you want to bold anything, italicize anything, make a bulleted list, make a numbered list, put in block quotes, align it any way you want to, you could. For the body content of your article, you could insert and add a link. You could insert a poll, a democracy poll, which is basically just a poll. You could insert a slideshow, a slider, if you want to make a slideshow. You could insert a WP Live Dojo, which is basically WP Live Dojo is basically if you want to live stream an event. So let's say you're writing an article about the Knicks game tonight, and you want to write about how the Knicks game is going as it's actually going on, like in a timeline form. So you're going to have to use WP Live Dojo for that. So we do have some extra features for you guys. If you want to include them in your articles, democracy poll, sliders for a slideshow, WP Live Dojo, and a table press, which is for making tables. If you want to do any of that, what you have to do is after you go to the submitted page, before you edit your post, you just you go to one of these pages and you press add new table. If it's table press, if it's WP Live Dojo, you add a new live event, and if it's sliders, you just do this on the page, so you don't have to worry about that. But basically, we're gonna send you more videos about how to do sliders and Live Dojo. So you guys should know that the option is there if you want to do them, and you'll learn how to do them in other videos. Okay, so basically, title, content. The next thing you have to do, which is very important, is categories. So categories are pretty straightforward. If you're doing an article about Joel Embiid, because he's on the 76ers, you'd want to check off 76ers right here. You'd want to check off 76ers featured. Everyone can really check off featured. It's not a big deal. So you could check off those categories if you want, and they'll be redirected. If you don't check off a category, your article is going to go into the archives and no one's going to see it. So please check off a category. A few more things about the categories. We've done basically some cool things in regards to how articles are typed. So basically what that means is we have different types of articles in different sections. So I'm basically gonna take you through some sections. The first section is awards. So basically what you could do is if you want to make up your own award that maybe you'll post each week and give it to specific players, you could. An example of this would be if your name was John and you wanted to do an article every week about John's three-point shooters backslash, and then you'd name who was the best three-point shooter that week. That would be an example. So if you're doing an award article, you would do John's. This is just an example. Keep in mind John's three-point shooters. Colon, let's say Klay Thompson won for the week, so you would write the article on Klay Thompson. You would write why he won it, and then under categories you would check off awards because you're giving him an award, and you would check off the Warriors. You'd have to find the Warriors, but you check off Warriors, and then you'd be good. Okay. Okay, now more types of articles. I'm going to take you through a couple more. I'm just going to go down so I don't miss any comparisons. So what comparisons are is if you want to compare two different players or two different teams, then you would do, let's say I'm comparing Kevin Love and Kyrie Irving. So you would do Kevin Love versus Kyrie Irving. That would be the title format, and then you would write the content here, and then you would put it in the category comparisons, and you would probably want to put it on the Cavs page because they're both on the Cavaliers. So you'd want to check off the Cavaliers category also. Cavs and Cavs feature. So that's for comparisons. The next type of article, and keep in mind that we have separate pages with feeds for all this article. So it's a good idea to write articles like these if you want. The awards articles there will actually be a feed on every player page for a feed of awards articles. So keep that in mind. Okay, anyways, next we're going to have draft. If you're writing an article about a draft, check off the category draft. The next one is fantasy. So fantasy help is if you want to write an article about advice on fantasy, and fantasy is just if you want to write it about fantasy sports in general. So check this off or this off if you want to write an article about fantasy sports. Okay. Keep going down. Let's see what else we got. If you want to write a mock draft, you check off this. If you want to write a news article, you write it under NBA News. Now, keep in mind, there are a lot of categories that are listed multiple times, but they're all going to go to the same place. We just made a few in case people are confused, so don't worry which one you have to do. For example, there's NBA draft and draft. It doesn't matter. They'll both go to the same place, so don't worry so much about it. And news. If you're doing a news article, then obviously check off news. Okay, here. Power rankings. If you're doing power rankings, check off power rankings, and it'll come up on the power rankings page. Player analysis. Okay. So we're going to have both player analysis and team analysis. We have separate pages for player analysis and team analysis. Basically, these are kind of research articles. So if you're gonna want to do a player analysis, you do player analysis. Let's say you want to do it on Klay Thompson, player analysis, Klay Thompson, and then you're going to do some research and you're going to find out Klay Thompson's strengths, his weaknesses, where he's at in his career, how he's doing this year, stats, whatever you want to include in the article. It's going to be like a player profile of Klay Thompson, and you're going to write it here. And then on the categories, you're going to check off player analysis. Now you can do the same thing for team analysis, except team analysis instead of player analysis Klay Thompson, you'd want to do team analysis Cavaliers, right? That's an example. But it's very important that when you do a player analysis, also keep in mind to check off the player's team as well. So you want to do player analysis and Warriors. Okay, keep going. Team analysis, as I discussed before. I think we've covered all of them. I don't think, yeah. Those are all the types. If you want to do a webisode, you could put a webisode here. We're going to have a special section for those, but we could talk about that later. The next thing you're going to do is tags. Tags are basically, they're kind of like categories, but if you want to identify your article with something, then you put tags in. The cool thing about tags is if you're doing an article about a player, if you tag the player, it'll come up on the player's page in a feed under articles. So if you're writing an article about Klay Thompson, you'd want to tag Klay Thompson. If you're writing an awards article, then you're going to want to, about Klay Thompson, then you're going to want to tag Klay Thompson Awards. Now, both of these will come up on the actual player pages. So tags are very important and categories are very important. Keep that in mind. Whenever you're doing an awards article, make sure to type in the player and then the award. And if you're doing a regular player article, type in the player. So that's basically when tags are necessary. Next, okay. So the next thing I'm going to show you is SEO, which is, if you guys don't know, it's a search engine optimization. It basically helps get your article to the top of the Google search feed. So basically what you're going to do is, there are a few elements to this. One element is the description right here. So most of the time the description up here will be okay, so you can just keep that. What you're going to want to make sure is your description is long enough. So maybe you'd want to make it a little longer, make it green. Honestly, it doesn't matter that much as long as it's long enough for people to realize it. Then you have your description over here. You could modify your description. Well, okay, just back. This should be green, but I think this is fine for this type of article. But in general, this should be green. But don't worry that much about it. But okay, so for the meta description, you just describe your article. Maybe you'd write Klay Thompson, strengths, weaknesses, whatever. You just basically give a short description of what your article is going to be on. So that's for the title and for the description. Then you close Snippet Editor. You go to Focus Keyword. Focus keywords are very important because they're the keywords that Google's actually going to focus on and use. So if you're writing an article about Klay Thompson, you could do a player analysis. You could type in Klay Thompson as a focus keyword. Then you could have up to 5 keywords because we have the premium version of this plugin. So maybe Klay Thompson bio or Klay Thompson profile. Another one, Klay Thompson strength. You know, the same one. But yeah, you could basically have up to 5 of those. The next thing you could do is, it's a pretty cool feature. If you want to post your article for Facebook or Twitter, you basically click this right here. It's called social. It's right under the traffic light, which is for optimization, search engine optimization. We got social. So right here, it shows the format of your article for Facebook and for Twitter. You want to upload the image that's going to be used on Facebook or Twitter. You upload the image here. The title, you're going to want to write the title over here under Facebook title. Facebook description down here, you're going to want to write a description. That's for Facebook. Then Twitter, it's basically the same thing. You know, upload the image, write the title, and we strongly recommend you do this because it's a good way to advertise your articles and get yourself known on social media. So we strongly recommend this. Whatever your description is going to be right there. So okay, so that's for the SEO. So the last thing we have, last but not least, is featured images. So for featured images, the way you post the featured images, you're going to go all the way down to the bottom right of the page. You're going to go to Set Featured Image. You're going to click on the featured image. We have a ton of we have a lot of photos you could choose from. You type in your player. If you're doing an article on Klay Thompson, you type in Klay Thompson, and a bunch of photos with Klay Thompson come up. You could use any of these photos for your featured image, which is going to be the main image on your article. Now, this is really, really important. There is an option to upload files in your own images, but it's very important that you don't, and you're not allowed to, because for copyright reasons, we can't have anyone posting images that haven't been confirmed by the people who took the images. So please don't upload your own images. Please just use images from the media library. We actually get notifications if you don't, so we'll find out. Your editors will notice, so please don't. Okay, so that's how you set a featured image. So I'm just going to do a quick recap because I covered a lot of information. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to type in rotoden-submitted. I'm not going to go back to it now, but But basically, after you log into the site, you're going to go to rotodent.com/submitted. You're going to put in the title of your article. Over here, it would be player analysis, Klay Thompson. You would put in some BS for the actual content of the article, because we're not actually writing the article on there. It's just for security reasons. We're sorry about this feature, but our developer said it was necessary for security reasons because he wanted to bypass some issues that happened on other sites. So please just comply. So you go to submitted, you just quickly do that. You fill out the title, description, the CAPTCHA, and then you press submit, and it'll automatically have your article in the database. Then you're going to go to posts. Okay, I'm not going to tell you, I'm not going to go back exactly, but basically you're going to go back, you're going to click on posts once you go back on the site. And you're going to find your article, which is usually going to be at the top or second to top on the posts feed. You're going to find your article. You're going to make sure all the information's okay. You're going to make sure your title's okay. You're going to actually do the content of your article over here. You're going to choose categories or article types over here. You're going to choose tags over here. You're going to specialize the SEO over here. Remember, traffic light is for search engine, and this is for social, Facebook and Twitter. Then you're going to go down here. You're going to use a featured image all the way down. You're going to set a featured image. And remember, for the featured image, please only use photos in the media library. If you're doing an article on something that's not listed in the media library, please email us and or just contact us on the chat, and we'll quickly get you a picture. Please don't upload your own pictures, or you'll get us in legal trouble and yourself in legal trouble, so please don't do it. And okay, that's basically it. Oh, and also, if you want to do a live event, a live stream of like a game or the draft or an event, then you go to WP Live Dojo and you click new live event. If you want to do a table, you go to Table Press, add a new table. And if you want to do a new poll, then you go right here to democracy polls, insert a poll of a democracy poll, and it's going to be right there. Okay, so I basically covered everything. Just another quick recap, just because it's been so much information. Title, content, categories, tags, featured image, search engine optimization, social for Facebook and Twitter, and that's it. You guys got it. And then obviously you press submit for review. Thank you so much, guys, and have a great day. Bye.